Let me see.
You want to start?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
How we doing?
Oh, man. Well, we are recording. We are definitely recording.
What's up?
Well, for starters, I wanted to let all of you know, sorry for the videos that we have lacked the effort of pumping out for all of you. For everybody that's been at least viewing them, stuff like that. But we've been working with life in general, and that's why there hasn't really been any videos of new podcasts coming out in general.
So I definitely missed this.
What?
I missed this.
What?
I missed this podcast. Us talking, life, learning, teaching.
Same, literally.
Because I think I've grown in the past few weeks. Just
What's happened that's made you feel that way?
well, now that I got a new job as a contracted instructional assistant at a high school, I got the baseball gig where I'm the pitching coach of this high school.
Right.
And then I also volunteered for one of my buddies' kids, Little League, just 10 and 11, and understanding that, you're teaching, you learn from your teaching also,
I would agree.
When you teach, you learn, in a certain way. Like, I went back to I'm like, whoa, no-hitter through 5 innings. And then we finished the game early, and it was because of how I was teaching my students and my athletes how to pitch that I understood how to perfect my own skill.
So learning through teaching.
Yes.
Basically.
Exactly.
Interesting. So yeah, it's kind of cool because ever since that you have started that, it's been like, I thought that was really, first off, I thought that was really hella cool. For you to be doing that in the first place, because as you know, because whenever you and I spoke a few weeks ago, was that I kind of had this inner whatever you want to call it, desire, if you will, to compete. Mm-hmm. And then you were saying that it would be better to go ahead and you feel like it would be just as great to coach. And I really wanted to actually
also
compete. Yeah. Coaching would be cool.
I never said don't do both.
No, I know that, but then it's I was thinking about it after you told me that, and I was like, man, that would be cool to coach somebody, to coach a team or something like that. But then I start thinking about it, man, for myself though, what do I do, or would I just be in the same thing, or what the fuck? So it's oh my gosh, my mind sometimes is the worst, just because so much shit goes on, and that's why I have to write things down a lot of the time.
Oh, do you? You have your own journal? Do you have a journal? Do you have
everything everywhere? There's
but you're that
one
kind of
over
person.
there.
You're the kind of person to be a messy organizer.
I'm an organized chaos.
Yeah, okay. That's a better definition.
Literally. Organized chaos is how that would be. But, I've never, that's why...
But you know where shit's at.
Everything may look messy to you, but just because it looks messy to you doesn't mean it's actually messy.
Yeah, it's just perfectly placed.
Right. Literally.
That's what it is.
And that's where for me it's let's say, for example, my office.
Yeah.
My office is all it's all an organized chaos.
Perfect.
There's literally papers every fucking where.
That's the difference between your own personal things than your workplace.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, the home, this is all organized. But then you go to my office and it's organized chaos, literally papers everywhere.
Yeah. But you place in a certain way in order shit sometimes.
Even certain ways this.
Don't fuck that up, please. Do not move my.
If you fuck that up, shit.
I've had that shit before. These students think they're just because it's on my desk, they can move it and move it around. I'm like, what are you doing? Oh, I almost flipped on him. I'm like, you kidding me? Don't move my things.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, I didn't know. I'm like,
Yeah.
exactly. You didn't know.
Yeah, and that's where
this is my personal space. Like, try not to break it unless you say, excuse me, can I move these? Hey, fine. Let me move it yourself so I can understand how it is, how it's placed.
Yeah, and that's like I have yet to go through that. Like in my office or anything like that, or
well,
like
luckily nobody's in your personal space at times, right? Most of the times, 90% of the times.
Wait, nobody's in my personal space?
Yeah, in your workplace where you work, where you make calls or.
For anybody that's in my personal space, they're not in my workplace.
Yeah.
No. They're not. Yeah, it's
so
just me.
Breaks your personal space.
Yeah, the only person that goes in there is
your main boss.
No, not even. Is the cleaning lady. Yeah, she'll go there. She'll go in there and everything and do her deal. But yeah, like if it was all like in one pile, then I'd be fucked. Like if it was like all papers are stacked on one, like, it's just blah. Like yeah, just blah. But that's But for everybody, that is the reason why we have not been able to really record or film or do these podcasts on a regular like we were originally intending on to, but we fully intended on doing that.
Oh, of course.
But it's just that life has gotten in the way and
the personal necessities that we had.
Yeah, like Adrian's going through a marriage, like a wedding, like getting all this stuff. Well, he's going through the whole wedding process, like getting the pictures and the events going on, stuff like that. For me, I'm building companies right now, different businesses, and trying to figure everything out on my side on top of that. And, that's just, there's a big deal is that like with, mental struggles are a fucking huge deal, and I've gone over this in past episodes in general, but it's definitely not something that I'm going to go through really in this. But I've been going through it lately as well, and it's like a dinger in my eyes for the creative processing in general, to be imaginative.
Well, I feel like that makes you, those struggles make you who you are. Accomplished.
So I think I said this in one of our last episodes is that, and like some people, they really do need to fucking struggle. Like they really need to struggle, but it's like not just struggling, not just like saying like how that's said, like how that is said, not like that though, but truly struggling, like hitting rock bottom, like you only have a certain amount of dollars, literally under $10 or $10 to your name, and that is fucking it. Like that is struggle, and that's like starting from the fucking very bottom. You're scraping the fucking bottom of the barrel to try to make shit happen, and building yourself from up there. Like that's allowing yourself to really figure out like what you're made of.
Because there's no option.
You have no other option. You have no choice but to fucking go through it 100%.
Yeah. Well, I can't say I've been there. So.
But yeah. So, anyways,
you have to have that mindset, I guess.
So, yeah, that's just a whole fucking deal, but. So before we started our deal tonight, you brought up there's 60. What the fuck? There's 63 genders is what you originally said, but now 81.
That's what it says. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Why is there so many? Oh my god! Culturally male, and then
so there's
female, and then preference female. And this is why there's so
physical personality and preference.
And because they have their how they're born, then how they feel, and how they want to be.
This just threw me fucking through a loop, dude.
This is ridiculous, man. There's 2 genders, you cock. The comments are awesome. Man, this is.
That is weird, though. Why would that even be a thing?
I don't know, man.
I wonder if that's actually like just humor. Because it says on there for the tags, educational humor, mundane. Excuse me.
But anyways, everything's normal, man. That's fine. I guess.
You know, I just found out recently, like within the past, I guess, like few months or few weeks or a couple months, is that there is LGBTQ, so lesbian, LG, what?
Bisexual?
LGBT,
lesbian,
gay,
bisexual,
yeah,
transgender,
straight, and then there's a Q, quin something. Look it up, LGBTQ, LGBT. Yeah.
What?
Oh, what the hell? Yeah, that's what it is right there. No, it's the first one. Yeah, with the IA.
Oh, Q for queer.
IA. Yeah.
Abbreviation for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender.
And then an umbrella.
And then also queer, intersex, and
asexual. And there's one more, I believe that's pansexual. Yeah, and it's like pansexual is, to my knowledge, like somebody that can be with both, basically bi, but is not attracted to that person just because of their gender. It's just because of how their vibe is or whatever. It's my understanding, at least. But you know, that's just fucking nuts in my eyes, for real.
I guess, man. Be happy. What else can I do? I can't hate somebody.
I just figured out that this. Oh, never mind. I thought it fucking broke. Gnarly. But yeah, so
what struggle are you going through today?
Struggle?
Yeah.
Man, I wanted this to be more positive than a struggle. Nah, dude. So for me, some of it I can't talk about, but it's like
you don't have to talk about it, bro.
Okay, then let's.
I'm saying a struggle you're going through right now.
The struggle. Well, like the struggle is like for me. Okay, so right now I've been for the past past 2 months or maybe 2.5 or something of that nature. I've been working on these businesses. One is a rap company, a rap app, as you know.
Yeah.
Another one is the DGU. Finished all those logos. Then business consulting, and then Legendary Bodies. And that's 4 companies. That's 4 things in general. That like 4 different websites, 4 different platforms, 4 different everything. Well, I mean, you're the one that does the emails, as I was fucking corrected. But even with the y'all can't see. Sorry, y'all or listeners and viewers, y'all can't see it. But I'm about to show him the logo that I came up with for the apparel that we will be having coming out very soon. Which being that we're going into winter, I think we should have some workout apparel and some winter apparel. Yeah.
Some hoodies.
Yeah, some zip down hoodies.
Yeah.
I like zip down hoodies personally.
I like hoodies with no zipper.
Okay, well, I mean, we can have 2 versions and no worries. So yeah, this is it.
Yeah, I love the color scheme though.
You do? I was actually really worried about that.
Kind of. Well,
I didn't know how you would like it. Oh wait, that's not it.
That's not it.
What the fuck am I talking about?
Yeah.
See, well, this still looks like fucking weird down here in my eyes, but yeah.
No, welcome to the white one, the clear one, the white one.
You like that one better?
Yeah, no, better than that one.
Wait, better than this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't see the mic.
So that?
No, the other one.
Well, that is actually a lot clearer.
Yes.
I mean, it's the same thing.
Go down. No. Go down. That one.
You like that one more?
That's the one you sent me.
Yeah, okay, so I worked from there, and then I went to, I put it into here. What? So all I did was take that microphone out, and I just colored it over with this same color right here.
Well, you can't see it's really mic'd up.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing after this, because I was high as shit when I did all of this. We'll edit that part out.
No, it's just funny. I told you. Oh, man.
But yeah, if you would like this more, we can roll with this. if you like that more, we can do that.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, I like it better. I do.
Just like it is right here.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Would you want this to be any, like this right here, the DGU and the podcast to be any one of these colors? Like maybe DGU be this and then podcast be this color?
Maybe like a blue and orange.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like this color be for this,
and
then the blue be for this.
Yeah, like that.
Okay, cool.
That'd be hard.
So yeah, that's
cool.
That's what I were. Oh, actually, here's this too. So I kind of did this. So this is basically how the template would be.
Oh, nice. But you would have it on the sleeve too?
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Marketing, bro.
All day.
But yeah, this is the template for a shirt.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
You like it?
Mm-hmm. That's the way to do it right there.
Hell yeah.
I like it.
Hell yeah.
That's the way how I wanted to do it. But the sleeve, I didn't even know you wanted the sleeve. But that thing you do just the sleeve have just the lettering.
Nah, do like this. That's what I say.
Stay logo all day.
But so
represent.
Yeah, so that's what I had, and so obviously doing all of this stuff, like, that's like me having to set the pace and like a mental struggle, if you want to say, like
Well, how do you keep up with doing all that? Like, what drives you? What do you wake up and fucking wanting to do this shit, is it the need that you have to do it? Because if not, it'll crumble to the ground.
I don't think it would be like that. Personally, I think
it's a little more steady. You can kind of like go on and off in a way.
Well, because like so like how I do all of this stuff in general is that like if one thing is having to be done, like let's say like for the app, for example. Mm-hmm. So let's say that I've done everything I can do, and I'm just literally waiting on the app developer at that point in time to do what he needs to do. Yeah. Well, then in that time, that absence of time that I'm not working on that, then I go into something else and I work on it. And then I get to a point to where I can't do it anymore, and then that I'm having to wait on somebody else, and then I go to the next thing, and then I do that, and then I go to the next thing, and then I do that. By the time I'm done with the fourth, then I can go back to the first, and then do that up until he needs to do what he needs to do, and then the same process over and over and over again.
Okay, man, that's a lot of information.
I'm just saying.
You're fast.
That's what
You work too fast, man. You gotta slow it down for these people, man. I barely understand what.
No, everybody needs to speed up.
You gotta wake up and stop being lazy, man. You make me feel like I ain't doing shit with my life. Like for real, like, I got 4 businesses. I be doing this shit. I be married. I got.
But they're not. But they're not. They're not cash flowing though,
bro. But like you. Like
they're not revenue generating.
You're
right
up
now.
Here. We're all down here. We got to one step at a time. We need to break down step by step. But you're trying to throw everything at them and understand like this is what you're supposed to do. This is what needs to be done. I'm like, yeah. Tell me step 1, step 2, step 3, and knock it down. You feel me? Because as a teacher myself, like man, these students are so smart. They have such potential to be somebody, go to college or learn whatever from anybody, and sometimes slowing it down for them is just the memory space where it's like one by one, and athletes stepping like one step at a time to. It's not that they don't understand how to do it. It's just so their mind could. You know what I'm
So if you want to put it into a mindset of sports, that's totally fine with me.
That's the way I speak.
That's totally fine because I come from the athlete background myself.
Yeah, of course.
So in that way, it's like if you, let's say for baseball, right? Because that's your sport.
Yes.
So you're in baseball and you are you already know what you're doing. Like you've been coached all these years, and so now all you're having to do is either coach somebody, or let's say that you're so experienced as you are now, and you can just go on a fucking field after you stretch or something and fucking show out, right?
Okay.
You just know how to do it, right?
Yes.
Okay. So for me,
I know my routine. Yes.
Yeah. So you know how to do that though.
Yeah.
Completely.
So
for me, right? Yeah. Taking it even from let's switch our sports mentality, right? So for me, like it's everything else that I can do, and I just go for it, right? So now we switch that over into the business mentality.
Okay.
It's the same shit. Okay,
that you're doing
it's overall the same stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what I mean by the same stuff is that you take everything from your sports mentality, right, and then you go into right into the game, right? Well, the business mentality of the sports mentality is no. So let's say that for the business side, you already know how to form a company, how to build a company, the things to do to build a company, and you already know how to do that. So you're gonna fucking go for it. You just fucking go like a freight train that has no stop button and it won't stop for anybody, right? Yeah. So that's basically you being the business the business version of the sport-minded individual, that because you already know how to throw a fucking perfect throw and a fast fucking throw so precisely to where you need it to go. Well, just like for business, if you already know how to form a business, all you have to do is think of the imaginative, the imagination part, the creativity. That's all you have to do. And then once you have, let's say, for example, you want to create CBD fucking candies, right? Like legit CBD candies, like sour straps.
Yes.
Well, then you take that and you go from where you want to be, like for like how much you're wanting to make, right? Okay. Let's say annually how much you want to make. Like how much you want to make, like net.
Yes.
Right?
My profit.
So then what you do from there is you reverse calculate it. So how you go from here, this is where I want to be. Then you go ahead and say, okay, well, I'm going to have to sell. That's whenever you get your price, your wholesale price that you're buying it for, and then your retail price is what you're bumping it up to, and then the retail has their little window of what they make as well. So they're buying it from you, all those steps, and then you design your packaging and all of this stuff. That if you already know how to do it, then what's stopping you from just moving forward and doing it? Just like baseball, you know how to play baseball. You already know how to play,
so I wouldn't mind just going to the game and doing my job.
If somebody was to come to you, Adrian, and say, Adrian, here's a baseball, here's a glove, here's your cleats.
If somebody asked me, here's $200, go deal, I'd go deal.
no,
not like that. You know what I'm saying?
No, not like that though. But like
that mindset, because I'm not scared because I know how to do it.
Anybody can do that though. Anybody can do that. Like just like anybody can fucking walk, except for the paraplegics or the paralyzed individuals. No offense, all y'all. But like just for example, just like that, you have all of that stuff there, and you go ahead and like the sports is the baseball is the much better example than what you just said, than the betting deal, because anybody can bet, anybody can go to roulette and.
Oh, I didn't mean to bet. I'm just saying like $200 to pitch, not to bet me that.
Oh shit. I thought you were talking about to bet. Like
no. I mean, somebody gave me $200 and said, go deal, meaning like go do your job and do it good. When I deal in pitching, it means do a really good job.
Okay.
Like kill it.
Okay.
So that's what I thought you
I thought you were talking about gambling, and I'm like,
no. If somebody said, can you go pitch a fucking great game right now with no runs, whatever, here's $200. I do without. I know how to do the job.
So that actually is a perfect example of what you just said. That was my misunderstanding. Sorry, all y'all.
So I don't know baseball.
So the thing is that it's just like that.
Yeah.
So putting it like that, now you understand why I'm able to move on and do the shit that I do, because I already know how to do it all.
And that just brought me into to think people are the same way as I am, just in different knowledge or how you speak to them. So there's something they like, or like music, and break it down like that. How I told you 1, 2, 3, 4 styles. How you broke it down with me in baseball. Like it kind of clicks. Like something that you have interest in, or because that's all we know. Like I said, that's almost all I know. A lot of baseball.
Right.
So when you put that in there, it's easier to grasp.
Okay. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because it's familiar to you already.
Yeah, it's more familiar. So when you put in that example of something, it's that that clicks to certain people. It's just like whatever their hobbies or their interest in,
relativity to this actual,
to their emotion also.
And that's a big deal to be able to understand with it, not just with this, but anything in general. You want to be able to understand it all, and like that's why, like legitimately, that's why I'm able to move forward and like work on all these things pretty much at one time. But like it's not like at one time that I have this.
Well, that's another thing you do have. You're a good multitasker. You've always did a lot of things, different sports, different things that you were good at, and you. I
definitely can be a great multitasker. There's sometimes, obviously, every dog has its day.
Of course,
but,
no. Nobody's perfect to multitask, and that's where we get it wrong sometimes because we're such good multitaskers that you want to take on all these tasks, thinking that you can do them all. When you give an unrealistic,
expectation.
Exactly. So the expectation of doing all that is because you could, shouldn't be to do it.
Yeah.
And sometimes we have to go back and do one step at a time correctly, 100% to the fullest, and then break the next step, and then take the next task.
I think
and not take it all at one and fail both. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely get that, and that's where like process of elimination comes into play, and
priority also.
Yeah, like right now. So I deal with investments, and I am doing that either through or until it's going to be one of those two. More than likely, just through, but basically, I'll go through that, and then I'll have these companies and I'll go ahead and have that, give it to my fullest as well, because I'm already setting everything up for all of this, even for DGU PODCAST. I was getting all that set up, as you know. So, by the way, with that, all of our listeners and the viewers, we're actually having the site in the process of getting built. So I just have to do a little bit more work on that for the data. But other than that, you will be able to hire us for a show if you want us to do public speaking, if you want us to do motivational speeches, if you want us to do anything in relativity to someone's situation as a leadership program. You can hire us to come out there, and we will do some voluntary work as well. Just email us. The email is here. So,
that's
that part. But yeah, no. So sorry, I didn't mean to go off topic, but I wanted to let our viewers know about that part.
We haven't talked to our people in a while, so.
And that's where, with all of this, and that's actually my struggle of my mind is that it's so difficult to think the way I do because it's almost like an Elon Musk. Honest to God, and I hate.
Well, you're not normal. Elon Musk is not a normal person.
Well, see, I hate to do that though because I haven't been able to successfully attain hundreds of millions, even billions of dollars at all. Not even close to that. The most I've been able to acquire for my company is about $4.5 million. That's the threshold of what I've been able to hit so far.
Yeah.
What I've been able to raise on capital is in the millions as well. But the only thing is that, with me and my thoughts and my actions and my executions, I do feel, honest to God, I really do feel as though it's more like an Elon Musk. Because did you see Joe Rogan's podcast? His podcast with Elon Musk?
Yeah, I don't think
dude, oh my fuck. That was crazy.
But you idolize Elon Musk, right?
Well, it's not like an idolize. I idolize how his mind works because, I
you want to be like him. You see, you think like him.
I think I feel that I do think like him because he's got
same mindset.
Well, he's got so much going on in his brain, and anything that he thinks of, he'll just go ahead and make it happen. And that's literally a lot like how I work. Like my sweetheart, she says, she told me yesterday that I can be an impulsive person sometimes. It wasn't a bad thing. It was just a fucking fact. And the fact is that, yes, I can be a very impulsive person. If I don't want to fucking talk to you, boom, done. I'm not talking to you. I delete you out of my life.
Exactly. So I'm kind of scared sometimes.
But no, she should never be. But other people definitely should. But
see how you are.
But you're close to me. Like, you're family to me. Like, that's a totally different fucking deal.
Random somebody like, hey, yo, Damian from DGU PODCAST, what up?
Okay.
You're gonna shut him down, or you're gonna say what's up?
I'm gonna say what's up, but at the same time, like, I'm not.
Dad, what if he hates on you though? Like, hey, yo, you could be doing this shit better, bro.
Love me or hate me.
Well, you're not gonna be mad at him.
Love me or hate me.
You're not gonna be impulsive to that person.
Maybe.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
Maybe.
You gotta be for the people.
Maybe.
Man. I'm a people pleaser.
Well, I'm a people pleaser too, but I'm also a me pleaser as well.
Oh, well, I mean, I please myself first before I please anybody. It's
Here's a really interesting thing that I heard on it was on Pandora, and it was a commercial, and it was an Alexa commercial, or Google or something like that, and it was Marilyn Monroe. And Marilyn Monroe, she says, I have lots of friends. Oh wait, no, she says, I know lots of people, but I like very few, or my friends are very few.
Yes.
Yeah, something of that nature.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit! Like the fact that you have people that, like, let's say for Marilyn Monroe, like, she was in the public eye, she was like all there, all 100% there, and she like had to like, she was around so many people, just like celebrities are all around people all the fucking time. And so you have to be for the people in that way. But for their personal life, it's much different. It's in the way of, you're not wanting to have too many people around you in your life that are getting, like, let's say for you, let's say that you were nobody to me, right? Let's just say that you were nobody to me. And then you were to come in my life and try to disrupt, like, let's say, be a home fucking wrecker. Let's some shit like that. Like, take the most gnarliest thing you can take, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So let's say that you're trying to come in my life and be a fucking home wrecker.
Yeah.
Well, then you and I are gonna fucking have problems because nobody does that to me, and I will never accept that. So now you are once a person that, and this is like not you now, but this is if you were like the general public. Now, yes, I'm appreciative of the support that you give me, right? But if you were to come in, and let's say that my sweetheart was with me, and we went to an expo, and you disrespected her or some bullshit, and then I saw that, well, what the fuck do you think I'm gonna do? I'm a fucking, like, you try to fuck with my wife, like, I'm gonna have some shit to fucking say. That's not a good. And that's the way that I'm speaking. Like, I'm for the supporters, the viewers. I'm for everybody that watches us. I'm for all that stuff. But if somebody was to come and act fucking wild or some bullshit, I have no problem.
To your loved one, any loved one of mine, I don't take any shit like that.
Yeah, like, it doesn't matter.
But towards me, I don't care.
Yeah,
I can take anything.
Right, but see, that's you. And then, but if somebody talks some shit to me, I would respond, because that's just me. Like, you're not gonna punk me out. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and say, like, something. It's either I'm gonna say something or I'm not gonna say anything at all. It's gonna be one of those two things. But I'll be as respectful as you were to me back to you. So treat other people. What you give. Yeah, exactly. Treat others the way you like to be treated. Okay. So if that was the case, then that's what I would do. But it wouldn't be something so impulsive that I just go ahead and fuck somebody up like Conor McGregor. No offense to Conor. You're a beast, for real.
Oh man.
Could you imagine Conor McGregor just fucking coming out, guns a fucking blazing, and just like going like Irish on your ass, like just an Irish little fucking leprechaun beast?
Well, he knows how to fight. How the fuck am I supposed to compete to that?
I know, but imagine that.
I'd still fucking try to kill him if he tried to disrespect my wife. I
mean, yeah. But the thing is, like, with all of this, is like, you want...
What the fuck were we talking about?
We were talking about the fact that that me being impulsive. Sorry.
It's okay. I have no idea what we were talking about. But being impulsive, what were we talking about before that?
Oh, Elon Musk.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Dude.
For our reviewers that are just viewing, this is something that I always do.
You always change my.
I always go like we'll go into one topic and then we'll go one topic and then 5 topics out and come back to that
you be changing the damn subjects, man. You be going to different. They be jumping around. Here we go over here. Wait, man, you be killing me.
It's me.
Oh man, we're talking about teaching and learning, man. We learn how you learn.
But see, like that's where it all is like.
Well, you know how to do all this business stuff because you practiced and you learned and you failed and succeeded.
Right, just like you can play baseball and I can't.
But how'd you learn that? Well, you had a mentor. You had somebody to be teaching, or did you learn this all by yourself?
It was partial of that, but partial also of mentors but the mentors didn't teach me exactly what I needed to do.
No.
Like it's more, they taught me about structuring. They taught me like structuring businesses, things to look out for, like different little things to look out for, such as
the people you can't get that at a college or something.
No.
So I'm saying, like, stuff like that you can't buy.
Yeah, you have to go through it.
Yeah,
like,
you have
dude,
to know
like
somebody else.
So, like, my first business partner, he was like, I hate him completely, but you know, he had told me one thing whenever we started the business. The demo deal was that this is something that you can't, like, I can't just tell you how to do it, and you're able to do it. Like, you just have to go through it. And I was like, and I remember how it was. I was like, dude, like, what the fuck, man? Like, I want you to tell me how to do this shit so I can go ahead and we can book more jobs and go ahead and get this shit done. Like, I'm in this shit to fucking win it. So he's like, I'm sorry, like, I can't tell you. Like, for me, like, I had to learn.
That's how you swimming, right? You don't know how to swim, go throw them in the water. You'll learn. You gotta learn. That's where it's either do or die kind of thing.
Exactly, like fight or die, and that's where the big deal is that, you know, we are like, that's how I basically like did learn a bit as well, like just going through it. But majority of everything that I've done in my life, I've had to, like you said, go through it in order to really understand.
Yeah, but the thing is about the people, they don't take the risk. We're content to what we have.
Why is that?
Why is that? You tell me.
You tell me why. Why do you think it is?
Because they're scared of failing. They're scared of what people will talk about them failing, or it's like missing like telling people that you failed a grade and you went, like, people are not happy about their failures. Nobody wants a plaque of the failures walking around. Like, nobody wants a medal like, I got last place. You're supposed to, though. You're supposed to embrace those failures. You're supposed to.
That's actually, and by the way, you are absolutely right. That is.
We don't try to remember our failures, but the people that did succeed do. They put that chip in their shoulder. They walk with that every day. They put that in their back and carry it.
Right.
That's how they got.
You're absolutely right, and that's where, like, you know, with the people that, you know. What was it? I saw it recently. Oh yeah, Jay Leno and Joe Rogan. So Jay Leno, you know Jay Leno, right?
Yes.
So Jay Leno was like, you know, man, I just feel like some people just need to be punched in the fucking face a couple times or something. You know, like he said,
he would say that to Joe Rogan.
And he says, you know, like, I just feel like some people just really need a good ass kicking, like, honestly.
Yeah.
And Joe was like, he's just laughing. He's like, yeah, I would definitely agree with that. And Jay was just saying that, you know, I'd be over in the studio one time and then somebody just goes over here and they're like, oh shit, like, I just got fucking punched in the face, like something like that. And he and that was a thing for him, but he got punched in the face and he's like, oh, what are you gonna do to go get that guy? And then he was even talking about how some people would just want to go ahead and talk shit and just be like, man, I'll fuck you up and blah 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 blah. And Jay goes, Jay says something like, yeah, you know, you're not gonna do anything, just shut up or just walk the other way, you're not gonna do shit. And that's how, but that was a fact of what he was saying, is that, like, most people that cannot do anything, like, say, oh, I'm gonna fuck this guy up, I'm gonna do this, but he's, yeah, and exactly, it is all talk.
Yeah, they said, I could do this, I could run this business, I could do this, I could go to school, I could do it, but it's all talk until you.
Yeah, and you know, like, you know, with people,
doers and talkers.
It's also like people with life experience as well. I mean, you know, with whatever life experience. So meaning, like, what have you gone through in your life to get you to this point that you understand fully of how to do X? Like, what have you gone through in your life that's been so fucking serious enough that you've been able to learn about taxes, you've been able to learn about creating something, you've been able to learn about manufacturing,
and
you've been able to
your
learn
resume, your life experience, just
special skills, like life experience. Like, have you talked to somebody out of committing suicide before? Have you been through drugs and then you completed yourself out of it? Stuff like that, And it's like, that's like, have you broken a bone and have to be in rehabilitation? Mm-hmm. And if so, did you do your own rehabilitation, or did you have to go to a specialist and they help you through this and like they motivate you and everything? Like, that's life experience. Experience also with trying to make money in just different ways in general. Like, let's say, for example, you are, like, I'll use one of the first examples that we used, which was starting out, like, struggling, like having only this much in your account. So let's say $10 or less in your account, and now it's up to you to make the connections or build the service that's going to allow you to build that $7, $10 to $1 into millions.
Jeez.
Yeah. How like, that's life experience. And that life, and even living on your fucking own.
How would you do that? What would you do with $10 to make it? Like right now, you only got $10, and you have to make a life with that.
Well, I would use my resources that I've got. This is honest to God what the fuck I would do, but I'm a different type of.
You're a different breed.
Yeah. So what I would do is either one of two things. I would either, one, go ahead and make a service and go around the neighborhood, go around every neighborhood that I have, even walk, ride a bike, and get business cards made. Business cards can be done for, I think, like a few dollars, a couple dollars, yeah. And then you get like a couple, like 250 of those, or even 100 of those. That means 100 people. You'll have 100 chances to be able to have something come back to you. Then those come on referrals. So let's say if it's a lawn, let's say if it's car washing, let's say if it's picking up dog shit. It doesn't matter. What service can you provide that's going to be of value? Then you go ahead and, because effort costs nothing, literally, you can do it. You can go an entire week without eating. As long as you got some water, you're all good. The eating part, you'll just lose weight. You can get that back. Just like losing money, you can get that back.
I like your mindset.
So then you can go ahead and move forward.
You do your services and look around. Yes.
Then the second part would be that if you have somebody that you know that can build a website for you, go ahead and put it out to the fucking masses and create that business through online, because online nowadays, that's the way that you get business. You don't go through Yellow Pages. You don't go through White Pages. You don't go any through all that. It's all online. So you build a site, and then you have your business. You have your service, whatever it is. You have that ranking for whatever those keywords are, because just about anything in this world, there's literally a service needed for that. Let's say a fucking masseuse. Let's say a foot massage. Let's say whatever the fuck you want to say. Like, a guy wants to go ahead and
I got the picture. I feel you. I know you're passionate. We get it, my boy. We get it. We understand the picture, man.
But like, that's something that that's
good.
You can do, though.
Not everybody could put that in. Process
like
that
for me. Like, I got to my last $20 to my name back in. What was it?
Let's say a few years ago.
Yeah, and I made my first sale, and I was able to, that like launched me from $20 to $4,000, just like that. And I was like,
But you think that's different because your mindset, like, you're hungry, like you need it, like. You go all out for this. Like, well, for me, it's like desperation.
Well, it's not just for me, though. I feel like it's for everybody should be that way, though.
Well, I understand, but I'm just saying that's how your thought process, your mindset.
Like,
you feel
okay, so
because you were that in that bottom of that barrel scraping, how you said, or that
So let's say it like this: you put me in with a company, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm going to operate that company as though it's my own.
Yes.
That's just my dedication towards it all.
But that's how I work too. Our work ethic is the same. If I feel like where I work, I help others benefit however I could with my time and my effort, my work to help each other. Like, it's my school.
Yeah, it's like you're trying to help everybody to excel.
This is my kids. This is my staff.
Yeah. Well, especially because you're different too, because you're a family business as well. Like the sweeping deal.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is a business no matter fucking what, and it is a service.
It's a service.
And the fact is that you run that as well,
mm-hmm.
on top of the school, on top of the coaching. Like these are what?
No, I'm just saying. I was telling you about, like, you run all these things. You're trying to play it like, you do these things too. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, you forget about yourself.
Well, I just forget.
But it's not like, but people, honest to God, feel as though people need to be that way. Like, for Legendary Bodies, this company was created back in June of 2016. And literally, I had been perfecting this, and I had so many people asking me, like, what is Legendary Bodies? What does it stand for? Is there anything, like, behind it? Is there any story behind it?
That's good. That's a good question for you, because you love answering that.
But not back in 2016, though. Not even back in 2017.
How can you be a salesman and be hated on repeating the necessities of your brand?
How can what? I'm sorry?
Like, how can you hate on repeating what you do?
No. It's not that. It's not repeating it at all. It was me trying to figure out what it actually stood for.
Oh.
Yeah. Like I at that time I could not answer.
Oh.
I couldn't really answer. Like, I knew what I kind of wanted,
mm-hmm.
but I couldn't really truthfully, like, this is my uttermost desire of this.
Well,
brand.
that's why it needs to be a passion, not just. You can't just.
Why do you think it's taken since fucking 2016 to do something with it?
That's good. I'm just saying you realize yourself, put that out there yourself, that, hey, I mean, I knew I could make something out of this, but sometimes you just got to have that passion, that drivenness of going and doing it correctly.
Right. And that's the part that has taken so long, in my eyes, overall, to be able to do, because, like, let's say for Legendary Bodies, it stands for everything that I stand for. Like, everything that I believe,
mm-hmm.
that's what is into the business. That's what's in the company. Like, it's there to, it stands for becoming better than you were yesterday.
Yeah.
To be, like, every day that we're living, that you're advancing yourself. And that is a very, very big deal for anybody. It doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, the definition of legendary, dude, is, like, to be a legend is to be the top elite person.
What is actually the
definition of legendary?
Yeah. Looking up what the. Oh, you just misspelled it.
Well, why I put a capital instead of an A?
So.
Legendary definition.
So this is by Merriam-Webster, and oh wow, okay. So it is being legendary is either well-known or famous, and or relating to or characteristic of legend or legend.
A legend, like I said, to be a legend.
Yeah, so like it's to be remembered or famous.
So
or
what is a legend? What? That's not it.
So go back.
Why?
Just go back. 2 fingers out back. Or go back one more time.
You can't.
Oh, you open up another tab, so go all the way to the top right.
No. To be a legend is talking about, like, storytelling and stuff like that.
Right, or to be remembered or something like that. Like, that's what
That's what it is, to be remembered. Where does it say that?
That's just what it is. Like,
that's
to be.
What I think. To leave a mark.
Whenever you're a legend, you're literally remembered for an eternity. And that's where, for me personally, that's what I want to be known as. Like, I want to be able to come out to even, like, let's say all of our reviewers
I mean,
our listeners.
A person or thing that inspires legends. Like,
well, see, like the that's where like the whole deal is that
stories.
like with our viewers and our listeners and stuff. Like, I want it to be to where, you know, anything that I do, I want it to show like my passion, that I'm there and everything.
Like,
and
leave your mark.
Yeah, exactly. And I want people to really understand like the way that Damian thinks. And, you know, this episode is not something that like it's all about me. Like, I didn't mean for this to like all happen, honest to God. But the fact is that like with me personally, like I want to be able to be remembered. I want to be able to have had such a great impact on the world. Like, that's a big reason why I like doing the podcast. Well, I mean, there's a lot of people that want it.
But that's why I feel like life is a purpose. You want to leave a mark. You want to be remembered.
Well, put it like this. I mean, there's a lot of people that want to be remembered and everything, but they don't want to do the work to be able to do it.
Well, that's another damn story right there, my boy. That's a whole different thing. That's
but seriously, like that's
yeah, of course.
But like, that's where
nobody wants to put in the work, but they want to be remembered.
Right.
They want to be like. So have be a title.
So let's say for example, real quick. So
break a record.
Obviously, everybody, all of our viewers know, because they're watching this on YouTube and everything, that like we don't have very many subscribers, right? We have 23 subscribers, and we don't have very many views, and you know we understand that, right?
We ain't looking at that,
huh? Exactly my point. It's not the point of seeing how much of a quantity of volume that we've got of a following, because literally this is how business works. You just have to put it out there and keep on putting it out there and watch. Things are going to come back tenfold on you, like in a very positive way. That's just how this shit works.
Always.
Literally.
It's like any small business. If like my service, if the service is in good quality, you're going to get customers.
Right, and that's where, and that's on top of that, referrals and all that shit.
Word of mouth. People, to us to be heard.
You know how much word of mouth counts for business growth?
Oh, then like 80%.
60.
60?
60% of business, 60% of word of mouth, or 60% of business growth is word of mouth. And that's bottom line communication. No company, no matter who you are, no matter what you're doing, you will never be able to succeed in this lifetime without fucking communication. It doesn't matter what the fuck you go into. If I can't tell you, like let's say we're going through the logo, right? The logo build, and we're trying to do all this shit, but we can't actually do it because I'm not showing you on how everything actually is. Oh wow!
85%
said word of mouth referrals.
Told you.
Wow. When was it 60%? Because I knew it was 60% at one point in time.
This is 2007. 17.
So that's not too far back.
No, that's what I'm saying. Word of mouth is like. Huge.
So wow, that's really good though. That's even better. So fuck
word of
me.
Mouth is the most effective.
It's 85% that is word of mouth for all of your.
9% says Google and Facebook ads. That's it, man. Word of mouth is the best, and especially because you do such a good job. You're not gonna. People are not gonna, give your feedback or refer you to somebody else if you didn't do a good job of something.
But see, like that's where the immediate word of mouth of referrals comes into play. But then you have your it's showing on there Google and Facebook ads and direct mail and newspaper ads and radio ads, and now you have podcasts, and now you have banners on YouTube, and now you've got shit coming to dude, every fucking where. Social media, they don't have social media on there. They have Google, Facebook, and all that shit. Social media is another fucking huge. Well, I guess Google and Facebook. Yeah, I was just starting to think about that one.
My Facebook is a social media.
But see, like that's where this whole thing is that we do these things, and we just
like I said,
it's
not only for our listeners and our viewers, but also for us too.
I mean,
I was telling you today, the teaching is for learning.
I mean, for us, it's a way for us to be able to show the world and our viewers, especially should be a different form of thinking, a different way of thought, especially Like, you have to have all of these things no matter what. And that's what I feel that everybody should understand is that, just because, let's say, if you think the way I do, okay, great. I have a very much so of a Gerry V mindset. Very, very much so. And it's funny because people want to invest with him, but he's like telling people straight the fuck up on how it is. And it's like, if I do the same, like, nobody wants to fuck with that. And I'm just like, the hell, like, this world is fucking backwards. But that's...
He's somebody, bro. That's the thing. He's somebody.
Right. And that's what, like, and it's like, come on, like, for me, I'm not bitching that I'm not complaining on the fact that, I'm not a crazily well-known individual, but also I haven't put myself out there. Like, this and some of social media is the most that I feel like I've actually put myself out there for.
Well, this is the most I've ever been. I'm very private in my life.
Yeah, you are very private. I'm very public. I don't like being public. Yeah, I'm very public. Like,
it's not that I don't want to be public. I just don't feel like it's a necessity to be out there and give my personal life.
So let me ask you this.
What?
The times that, because I do feel like this will be the case, that we go out and we are invited to different events.
Okay.
Is that...
Separately? Or you mean like together?
Together.
What's your question?
If you were to go into a public setting like that, would that be totally fine with you? If you were to go to a public setting, let's say for an event that we were invited to go to and speak at, would you be able to?
Oh, of course.
Okay. Yeah.
To talk about my life, of course.
Well, no, just like to do like whatever in front of a public people and shit like that.
I might be a little nervous, but you're supposed to be a little nervous.
Right. And that's like, that I can, oh my gosh, I remember our first episode and even the pre-episode. That shit was so fucking funny.
I mean, it's never easy. It's just to to keep your cool and your mind to keep running, because I feel like I get stuck in thought and trying to keep it, to answer you, but then you keep talking and then I forget the thought and that's not relevant no more. We go into like a different subject. That's what your damn problem is. That you jump to a different subject when I have a thought that I want, but I don't want to interrupt you.
You should.
I'm gonna fucking interrupt you more now.
Good.
Because I'm your co-host too.
I know.
So I'm gonna fucking.
That's exactly how you're That's how
exactly. Shit. That's
exactly how you are. That's exactly how everybody understands you to be.
I want to be more comfortable too, and understand where I'm coming from, and be like, yo. People don't want to hear this shit, and then you mumble on to different things, and then it's like, no. Let's keep it strict in what we're talking about.
Blame my ADD for that one.
No, I don't blame shit.
I do.
I blame myself.
That's what it's all about.
I blame myself because I let you run your mouth. I'm like, oh man. So
he says I blame myself.
Well, what the hell were we talking about? You maybe got mad.
No, so I actually have a question for you though. So.
Oh yeah, to be a little nervous and stuff. Okay.
Yeah, no. So how, for anybody that's viewing or listening, for you, how was it that you were able to get more comfortable with being in front of the camera as we are and in front of a mic as we are? Like there's that question, how did you? And then also the second part to that question is, at what point did you
get comfortable?
Yes, and how did you get comfortable? For all the shy viewers that we've got.
You know what? Like, it's to think that there's nothing there, that we're just talking normal, but I also want to be, viewed correctly and heard correctly, to keep, just in the back of your head, but not to think physically of it. Okay. So it's like when in a baseball reference, like always. Like my body knows what to do to pitch a ball. Mm-hmm. I don't think, oh my god, I gotta lift my leg. I gotta, lift to this and put my. It's like it's.
I gotta remember to let go at this second.
It's just a thought to turn it on. Like, okay, it's there. Do your job. It's like I'm at the mound. It's too late to think about what I need to do right or what I need to do wrong. Like, it's not right now. I can't be thinking of what to say. It has to be
just pure
running and currying and natural to be just I can't try to script something So in baseball, the same thing. I know what to do, and I adapt to what's coming at me and what I'm confronting.
So for you,
and you confronting your ass. And day. All right.
So you basically came out with it like a regular conversation.
Yes. So I felt like it was just understanding that I'm talking to you and you only, and I'm going to be heard.
Got you. Okay. So so eliminating the other two variables out and just having a conversation.
Exactly.
That's how you were able to get over being camera shy.
I understood that I know that it's being recorded, and I could go back and hear it again. And eliminating that in my head is just moving along and having a normal conversation with you.
Right, and that's
having a high intellectual conversation.
That's Oh, you feel that way? No.
That's how I hope we do.
Dude, no, it's funny that you even say that though, because okay, before I go on my rant, what point did you get really comfortable? Which episode did you actually get comfortable?
I don't know. I
because you've watched the past episodes that we have,
yes.
Yeah? Okay. But and obviously you can
pick
know.
One. I don't. I'd have to go back and feel.
Was it okay?
Because I feel like recently I feel more comfortable to stop you fucking rant, and that's when I feel more comfortable because I felt like I didn't want to disrupt you and I didn't want to interrupt you. Just not to be rude, just to keep the running flow of it too. But I feel more comfortable now that I'm being viewed and I'm being heard. That I don't know when I got comfortable.
Because you're seriously like right now is completely night and day difference from our first or even the pre-episode that we did, which you guys, the pre-episode never aired. It was a practice episode, and then we just went ahead and just did the first episode. So. Yeah. Fuck you, Russell.
It was like 10% beer.
I think
on
14.
An empty stomach or something.
I think it was 14.
I don't know, bro, but I was drunk and I didn't.
I know it was Mosaic IPA. For those of you who are wondering what he drank, Mosaic IPA.
I don't know what it was, bro, but I'd rather drink tequila. I'd rather drink tequila instead.
you were fucked up that night.
It was all good.
But so from then on though, like you're completely like night and day difference from even the first episode to now. Like we've done this is our 15th episode.
You know what? I feel like maybe coaching also helped.
Your confidence.
Yeah.
I feel
my work job, getting in front of a room of 35 students and being heard and make sure they understand what I said and if they do need help that I'm there and I feel comfortable.
I personally feel like as an outsider viewing into you, mm-hmm. Like our viewers, for example. I feel like it's more so like that because you're coaching and you're doing things more with a younger generation that you're having to teach something mm-hmm. that you do gain a confidence about yourself because you're teaching other individuals that are not you that like how to do something that you yourself know exactly how to do because you've been doing it all your life. And then on top of that though is that would give you a certain confidence for yourself. Not even just pride, but a confidence is even bigger because the confidence you can take to anything.
Well, and it's when I get the result of these students or these athletes when I see the progress and the acknowledgement and the recognition of hey, like you helped me, it worked.
Right.
I feel like that confidence, it just goes
perfect, and that's what it is supposed to happen.
Yeah,
overall,
my confidence goes up, obviously, and it's really humbling, and it just feels good to know that what you're teaching is doing good, and not just going through right past their head.
Right.
They're actually taking it serious.
Right.
And I feel like you have to do that. We had to have a connection. Like that's what I want to do. I want to have a connection with my audience. I want them to be. I want it to feel personal.
Of course.
Like a one-on-one.
Of course.
So,
and that is a very fucking big deal to be able to make that personal, to be able to make that to where, you know, it is, to where it's like you're saying, like a personal connection with those individuals.
I just like I didn't expect anybody to be listening, because until they understand what we're trying to persuade through this, they understand us and actually want to listen to us.
So it's actually pretty cool. Is what, like a couple months ago, so the dude Preston, you remember I told you about him?
I think so.
So I had a conversation.
Feedback with him, right?
Yeah, I had feedback from him, and he was saying that, man, you guys really do some intelligent conversations, like really like deep conversations. And I was like, I said, well, thanks. Like, I appreciate that. Like, that's what our goal pretty much is, to really have these in depth, sometimes uncomfortable situations. Like, for me, the more uncomfortable that it is, the better it's going to be. Like, the more juicier it'll be, the better it'll be, the more pure that you'll be, the more the more of the
and the connection of us to keep it, you know, in the right place and not fucking splat everywhere in the ideas. Well, I do that also too, but I can't say it's all you. I do
you
that
can.
also.
It's okay.
But mostly your ass. But yeah, it's I feel like we've grown
from the first episode to now. Hell yeah, dude! Like, I mean, okay. So do you know Jake Paul or Logan Paul by chance?
Yeah, that YouTuber.
Yeah. So they actually, like, I've actually not watched videos of them, but I've done a little bit more. I can't watch the videos. It's just too spastic. It's just like, you know, just in general, just too spastic. But the podcast that he's got is pretty fucking good. Like,
he's got some good, you know.
Okay. That part I'm a hater on, because let me show you.
Tell me first.
Okay, so I find that, like, I'm kind of a hater to that, because he is already there. Like, he's already basically a celebrity in general.
Yes.
And he's already got all those connections.
Yes.
And people know who he is and everything.
Yes.
So it's like he's got an automatic into those people.
Yes.
And then I have such a fucking hard ass time getting a guest on the show, or on this podcast, if you will, which also, that leads me to my next deal, which that'd be some shit if they responded to me already. So here you go.
Yeah, it's always who you know.
So this guy.
Who is this guy?
Check out his profile.
Oh, yeah. That was beast.
Yeah. So look at the message that I sent him today.
Okay, I had to go back. Oh, here you go.
So that message is what I sent him.
You sent it to him.
I sent that message
to him. So can I read this out loud?
Yeah, actually.
You sure?
So Tehran, this is FB Aftermath. That's his Instagram handle and his, I think, YouTube handle as well. But this is Tehran Beckham, and I met him back in Destination Dallas, back in Dallas, Texas, and this is what this message from me to him was.
So his last message?
Yeah.
So I live not far from you, have wanted to do a podcast with you. You say it's because you're lazy. I know you don't remember me, but we met back in Dallas at Destination Dallas. I was just leaving you. We were just getting there. I was just leaving. You were just getting there. We talked for 5 minutes and parted ways. I figured since we are in the same area, it'd be crazy easy to make this happen. Let me know if you're game. If you are game. I do remember you, bro. In Cali or Vegas.
There you go.
So we gotta. So you told him that.
And what did I say after that?
Holy shit! That's shocking, dude. I live in California now. Originally from Dallas. That's where we met. I live in Temecula, California.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. So you can see, and then on top of that, here's this as well. So,
But they didn't show me. Well, the guy. That
here's this guy.
So feedback. That's the guy that gave us feedback. No.
So this guy, Houston Crosta.
Who's this guy?
From Royalty Exotics. So I said the one over in Vegas.
Oh yeah.
So I said I told him that he's got my contact info. He says because he was going through some drama with a guy named Damon Fryer from DDE, Daily Driven Exotics, and basically somebody had. He and Damon had beef, and I still don't know what the beef was. I'm pretty sure that this guy Damon didn't pay him for some work that he did, and then all this shit blew up about Damon's ex girlfriend from like a decade ago, literally, and all this bullshit. Drama, and then so that was the drama. Well, he said that's why he said, well, when this blows over, let's get together. And I said, please, I'd be delighted. You got my contact info. How soon are you thinking? He says, I'm sure next month. That's this month. Or no, that was in September. Yeah, you're right. That was in September. I said, perfectly. That works on my end as well. I'll check with my co-host and see if he's able to join. Probably be my sweetheart. If it's not, then it'll probably be my sweetheart, or just be me. So literally, that's where it is there. So, much, but see, but this is the fucking proof that I have here that like I actually have the people that I really have reached out to. People, oh, and even look at this shit as well.
If you know anybody, fucking tag people. Look at this. You want to bring on the podcast.
This is D-Max Rhino. I said, like I've said all this stuff, like I said, hey, I've contacted you so many times. What gives? What time of the day? Like all this shit. I said, so do you never respond to anyone? I'm persistent with it.
Yeah, you're persistent. You gotta be mad about it.
No, well, don't like it. Seriously. Wicked Sean, Sean Sanders, he wants to do one. And then Grant Cardone, I had asked him for
I'm gonna hit us
for a podcast.
Because then that guy that did that CBD was an Army guy that does pre-workout and protein. That guy's pretty cool. You should meet that guy.
I mean, I'm down. But my thing is that I would rather have a shop, have a wrap shop, that and then have the podcast out of the wrap shop or us go to the people.
We should
go to those
Gator
people.
Wraps or the company.
So basically,
and then find out how they run shit, and then we can just.
I already know how it's ran though.
Well, then fuck, just do it.
I already know how to do it. Literally, it'll cost probably just to run it for 1 month for probably 3 months. It'll be about $20,000 to run that. But you have to have a facility to run out of. Plus, I want to be able to do a podcast either there or bring the podcast to someone and do like that.
I'm down.
Because sometimes it would be cool to go to them, but also it'd be cool for them if they're in the area for them to come to us. So that's how that all goes. And that's just how I feel, at least.
Well, I love this. I love this talk, man. Let's do it again.
Okay. So with that being said, we're gonna deuce out. We are back. How do you want to make a commitment right now on how much we're going to be filming, or did you want to just leave it open-ended?
No, well, because next week I have I have some pictures.
Yeah, that's right.
My engagement. So, but we could probably run it next week, at least once a month, for sure.
Okay.
Let's do it with that. Keep that small task in my head. You know what I'm saying?
And then, if
I could do it twice. So,
And if anything, what I'll do is I'll probably try to do some solo shit too. Not even gonna lie. Not even gonna lie. Well, I want to make sure that we have the videos coming out, to where all of them can get some shit. You know?
I can't. Maybe next week. We could probably do it next week, Thursday or something.
I mean, whatever.
We can do it. We'll just talk about it, man.
So, anyways, you guys, this has been podcast number 15.
Yeah.
And this is kind of our little time back. So hopefully you missed us. Hopefully you missed the conversations that we have. And till next time, hopefully y'all do great and make some progression in your life. So with that being said, also we got Instagram, DGU Podcast. Any business inquiries, we have the email down below.
Comment, us.
Yeah, do all that stuff. Ask us questions, and we'll even tag you in the next videos to come as well.
Will you want us to be a guest? If you want to be a guest on our, hit us up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So this is Damian Gerry.
Your boy Adrian.
And this has been DGU Podcast, episode 15.
Peace.